as prices have been increasing on everything, where things are just simply sky high. Maybe you're in a need to get a new car. Maybe you've experienced a lot of maintenance issues, or your car's older and you've been trying to wait out this wave of high prices. And you've considered whether or not you should go out there and get a new set of wheels. And so in today's segment, we're going to talk about and we're going to unpack how to save and buy a car, even in times like this where cars are selling for a premium. We're also going to cover how to avoid the dealership games and the 4 angles that they play when you are out there car shopping. In today's segment, you're going to be empowered with the tools that are going to help you get the best car price and basically win in this time of high prices. I'm your host, Crystal Shai, with Finance on the Go. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button so you can stay connected to this channel on getting finance tips as you are on the go. Let's get into it. So it's 2022 and prices are high for everything. And if you have a reliable car, I would suggest that you wait a little longer, and sometimes you can't wait if you have high mileage and you have a lot of car issues, and every time you turn around, there's something else to fix. And so I've been there this year. I've been out there. I've been comparing prices, and I've been doing the work to get the best deals. And I'm going to share 6 tips with you today on how to get the best car price. So tip number 1. You want to check your current car trade-in price. You can use social media outlets to try to see how much people would offer you for your car. But if you don't want to go through the hassle of that, there are some free appraisals that you can do online or in person in your local area where you can see what cash you can get for your car to know your trade-in value. There are 2 sites that I'm going to include in the description that you can get a trade-in value emailed to you online, and those are Carvana and Car Gurus. You can also Google to find some local places near you where you can take your car in and get a free appraisal, and they'll make you an offer for a limited time of a trade-in value. Another place you can check for your trade-in value of your car is Kelley Blue Book to match against all of these offers, whether you find some locally or you use the links that I'm providing to you in the description. Number 2 tip, establish the max cost that you want to pay for this new car. In a market where everything's high, you still need to do the work, do the research to establish for yourself and set that goal of a max price that you want to pay. There are some considerations that you need to look at. One is the MSRP. That's the manufacturer suggested retail price. So this is the suggested retail price from the manufacturer to the dealership of where to sell this car at. Now, most dealerships sell cars a lot higher than that MSRP, or they may sell cars around that MSRP. So that's an important factor for you to consider. Also, you want to look at recent sales prices based on the car type that you're looking at. And so one of the resources that you can use is TrueCar.com. Okay, so this site will show you what dealerships in your area are selling cars for and how much they're selling them for. And it also shows the MSRPs for certain cars. Now, keep in mind the color and the amenities included in the car kind of affect the price of a car. So make sure you're doing an apples to apples comparison. And so I've looked online, and I've also gone to dealerships, and I've found that some dealerships approximately 30 to 50 miles away may differ in car prices by $3,000. So you definitely want to look online and do those comparisons in advance of wasting gas and driving around to different dealerships to see who has the best price for the car that you want. Another resource that I'm going to include in the description is the Edmunds site. So this also will show you the MSRP, but additionally, it's going to show you the invoice price. Now, this is the price that the dealerships pay for that particular car. Now, let's think about all of this. If we know the invoice price, the dealership cost, if we know the MSRP, and we know the recent sales prices, you should be able to establish the max cost you are willing to pay for the car that you want. Tip number 3, get financing pre-approved. And this has 2 parts to it. A, you want to compare lender rates and do this comparison online. There's a lot of transparency out there where lenders will state what their interest rates are. Typically, credit unions have the lower interest rates. And to be a member of some credit unions, all you have to do is live in the area. So check with some credit unions nearby you to see what their criteria is for you to join a credit union to get a good interest rate on your car. Some banks and some dealerships may offer pretty good rates, especially this year. So you can do those comparisons as well online. But compare all resources so that you can get the best deal before pulling your credit. Again, credit pulls impact your FICO score by approximately 10%. So you really don't want to jump around from this lender to that lender and continually pull your credit to get financing pre-approved. Just do that work online. And once you hone in on the lenders that have the lowest rates, start with the best one and go from there. When you're speaking with the lender, ask how much your monthly payment will be with the interest that you qualified for. And so the normal payment term for car loans is about 5 years. So you want to stay within the 5 to 6 year loan term range. Anything higher than that, you're going to be paying excess amount in interest, and you don't want to do that. Cars depreciate as soon as you drive them off the lot. So you want to stay within 5 to 6 years in terms of your car loan payback period. But what if you do want to finance through the dealer and you don't want to independently get your financing? Now, I personally like to avoid financing through the dealer because I know that they try to work 4 angles, and I like to avoid all of that. But if you do, you need to be aware of the 4 angles that they will work when you go to them for financing. And when I say work the 4 angles, that means that they'll probably get you to focus on monthly payments instead of the overall loan price, or they'll get you to focus on your trade-in offer instead of the interest. And so those 4 areas are loan price, trade-in offer, money down, and monthly payments. They will raise or lower one of these angles so that the area that you're focused in, which is likely going to be monthly payments, appears to be more beneficial. Dealerships are profit-making business, so they are trying to get as much as possible out of the deal than you think. And so you need to be aware that they like to work those 4 angles. So you need to consider all 4 of those angles. Your trade-in offers by looking at step 1, getting those independent offers done in advance. And secondly, establishing your max price that you want to pay for a car. Once you have that set in your head, they can't really work you too much or get over on you in this car buying game. 5, when's the best time to car shop? Simply when you need a car, sometimes at the end of the month, the end of the quarter, the end of the year, they're rolling in new inventory. Nowadays, inventory is low, and so prices are high. And so you kind of have to stay in touch with that dealership salesperson to see when they have the car that you want and you've been researching in stock. There are some pros and cons to getting a used car and new car. In normal times, the used cars typically have the best prices because they have mileage and they have a history associated with them. These days, used cars are selling for the same prices as new cars. So it's more beneficial for you to go for a new car with a lower interest rate, which also includes some upfront warranty coverage for you, than a used car. And so in these times where things are selling high, this means a couple of things. You should get a high trade-in offer, either from some of the resources you find or from the dealership for your car, because they have low inventory. And then new cars should be your preference in this time, and buying over used cars, especially because of the lower interest rates and services that are covered up front, that you normally wouldn't get with a used car. And so I hope that these 6 car buying tips are beneficial to you. You can definitely get a great deal shopping now in these times where things are selling for a premium. Feel free to leave a comment in the comments section about this segment. And I look forward to you joining us next time on Finance on the Go.